Hey there, how you doing? Nice to see you. Excuse me, who gave you permission to look that fabulous today?
I just can't measure up. I mean, my goodness.
If you watched last week's video, you know that I had a migraine for about a week. What you won't learn from that video is that the same migraine continued throughout most of this week as well. So I figured this was a good chance to show you what it's like when I'm recovering from a bout of one of my illnesses and basically give you a day in the life of a spoonie. As someone with chronic illnesses, I am constantly in a cycle of illness and recovery. So I think this video is a good example of what it can be like to live through that and how you can sort of work out your day based on what the state of things is for that day. Now that you know what you're getting into, whether you're new here or we already know each other, let me say aloha mai oko and let's get started.
Good morning. Since I just spent the last week in bed from pain and various issues, I am waking up today. It's Monday, and I am trying to figure out if I need to continue recovering, how I can continue recovering, etc., etc. Because, I have work to do. First step is to determine how much pain I'm in and what types of pain I'm in. So I'm basically gonna do some moving around and we'll see what happens. Okay, so working from the bottom up. My legs seem fine. There were a couple of sore spots over the past week in my hip and specifically my right, my right hip. I think I strained a muscle, which was at least part of what caused all the pain I was in last week. So check that out, and both legs, both hips seem fine. I even palpated where that pain was in my right hip, and I'm not really feeling it today, which is awesome, especially because that strained muscle was so tense a few days ago that just running my hand over the skin near it was painful. So that's a big difference. My lower back is really sore. It's probably just residual tightness from the hip issues, but I can feel that it's tight. When I touch the skin, it stings a bit, and if I press at all, it feels almost like my whole lower back is bruised, which is pretty typical. That's one of the first places that I get pain when I have anything wrong in my body. Stomach feels fine. I'm a little hungry earlier than I normally would be, I think because I didn't sleep super well last night. But that's okay. I can fix that easily. Mid and upper back definitely sore. Shoulder blades are not happy. Kind of between my shoulder blades, there's a lot of tense, why are you sitting up? Neck feels fine, but when I move it around, I notice some tension that feels like it could easily feed back into that migraine I had all last week. And all of that is typical. Like, if I have something going on in my lower back, what I'm feeling right now in my upper back and my head. Very typical. Very typical. I think a lot of my migraines are actually caused by lower back strain. My chest feels a little tight. Not too bad. Should be I use an inhaler today and it'll be fine, sort of thing. My face is a little itchy. I haven't washed it in a couple days. My scalp is very unhappy because I'm a day late on washing my hair, and I tried using a scalp serum that it apparently does not like, so it's all scabby after using that thing last night. I was starting to get a little bit itchy because I usually get a little bit itchy right before I wash it, and I was supposed to wash it last night. So I was like, I have this serum that's been sitting here, why don't I see if that does something to kind of keep the itching at a minimum until I shower. And now I've got scabs and a lot more itching. So I guess my scalp doesn't like that stuff. Okay, I'm gonna lay back down while I figure this out. With everything I just listed, I think the fact that my hips are doing better and were so tight for so long means I should do some moving around walking today. It's gonna be cold out, but I haven't been outside in a while and I could use some fresh air, so I think I'm gonna have to go for a walk around the block or something. Aside from that, I think given how long this migraine lasted and how easily my migraines can be re-triggered, I really need to continue taking it easy until my back pain is more resolved, especially since prior to this last week, I wasn't really experiencing day-to-day back pain. I was actually in a much better place than I had been in for months, years, really. So I want to get back to that. I want to get back to not having acute pain every day. Plus, my chest is tight, and my body likes to do this thing where when it's in pain, it makes breathing more difficult. So if I push too hard on anything today, I'm gonna have a harder time breathing, which is gonna cause more pain in my chest, and just thinking about it, I'm more tired again. This is probably not gonna be a sleep all day kind of day, and hopefully I'll be able to think much better than I was able to last week, so I can actually get some work done. But today is definitely a take it easy, stay on the couch or in bed for most of the day kind of day. So I'm dressed for the day. I have put a lidocaine patch on my lower back where the majority of the pain was. I also noticed as I was moving around and getting clothes and stuff that the front of my right thigh, kind of where that hip muscle I was having trouble with meets the leg, is still a little tense and twingy. So I put some roll-on lidocaine there. I'm going to have breakfast in about an hour, and at that point I'll take my other meds like Tylenol and albuterol and stuff. I'm wearing pajama pants today because loose waistbands are everything when I'm in this kind of pain. But I did make sure I got up and got dressed, because getting up and getting dressed feels better than just staying in the same pajamas all day. So now it's time to move to the couch and see how long I can withstand that before I have to come back to bed. Okay, so I've been in the living room working for about an hour now, and the lidocaine seems to be doing its job, but I'm feeling the pain more acutely in my upper back, shoulders, and head now, which could just mean that because my lower back is in less pain, I'm feeling the pain higher up. Or it could mean that being on the couch in this position is doing more damage to the current state of my muscles. I'm also coughing, even though I definitely haven't caught anything. And I have more chest pain again. Plus I'm tired again. So, yeah, I think it's gonna be go back to bed and work from there today. And, I mean, the other thing is, if I can't sit up, then it's hard to get work done, so we'll see what I can accomplish today. I'll bring in my lap desk and see if maybe I can do something that way. Yep. Wish me luck. Okay, so it's been about an hour and a half since I transferred back to my bed from the living room, and I have eaten breakfast, I took my meds. The pain in my upper back has resolved, at least for now, but it comes back if I try to sit up for more than a couple minutes at a time. Lower back is still feeling pretty well taken care of by the lidocaine. I'm getting pretty severe abdominal cramps, which are expected. Frustrating, but expected. And the fact that I can feel them means that I'm in less pain, because even though I knew I was having them the last few days, I wasn't really feeling them except at certain times. So I'm in less pain overall, but still when I get those cramps, it's pretty bad. So I do still want to go for that walk because I think it'll help my hips out, but I also know that being on my feet is really bad for these abdominal cramps. So yeah, I'll have to, I think it has to be like a really short walk, and I'll have to see how I feel afterward, but it's probably going to be a don't do anything else for the rest of the day sort of situation after the walk. But I have grace, and I've been painting my nails, which they I don't know why I just showed them to you. They don't look good right now. They're in progress, and some of them are no. Yeah, that's about where I'm at. Okay, I just did some stepping. It is below freezing outside, and cold weather makes all of my issues worse, so I decided to do some walking, whatever equivalent I could accomplish in the house. My goal was to do about 5 minutes worth, but I think I only made it through about 2 minutes before I started to get twinges in my mid-back. So I stopped, about to eat second breakfast because the pain meds I'm on give me hunger pangs. And otherwise, I am utterly exhausted. I am still super sensitive to light and sound. Yeah, I'm basically spent for the day already, and it's what, 10:30? I've been up for less than 6 hours. How it goes. I fell asleep just after 11:30 for a pain nap because, as I mentioned already, I was thoroughly exhausted. I was supposed to be awake about an hour later, an hour and a half later, but it's 5 hours later and I just woke up. I missed a call with one of my best friends, and I've been a real flake with them lately because of things like this, so that's always great. I just got up to use the bathroom, and when I got back, my lower back was in more pain. My head was aching, like a full throb. And when I laid back down, I started coughing again. I haven't had it this bad in a while, which makes being in this much pain extra frustrating, because it's like, ooh, I was sort of recovering and doing better overall. It's just not how chronic stuff works long term. Yep. Alright, it's been about an hour and a half since I woke up from my prolonged nap. I rescheduled with my friend. I have been hungry this whole time, and it hurts. The problem is that eating takes physical effort that I don't feel I can put in right now. And my head is convinced that the throbbing will get worse again as soon as I stand up, which is probably true. Also, breathing hurts again. Literally, it just feels like there's something stealing my air from within my chest. All my pain meds have worn off, but I don't feel comfortable taking more without food in my stomach, because that's how you get ulcers. Ow. Yawning is not supposed to hurt. It's not supposed to hurt your chest. Honestly, I think I was less annoyed at my symptoms while I wasn't filming about them. When I don't have to talk about them, it's kind of just, oh yeah, that's a thing. Sucks, but it's happening. And now that I'm talking about them, now that I'm going out of my way to document them, I'm getting kind of mad and really spent. When I'm home, my grandma often makes me banana milk, which is pretty self-explanatory. It's a smoothie made from banana, milk, and vanilla. It's filling. It's pretty nutritious. I mean, bananas are good for you. So is milk. And since it's from my grandma and my childhood, it's comforting. So, yeah, it's a good. So I made banana milk. I added some protein powder because...
If you made it this far in the video, thank you so much for watching. If you liked it, don't forget to leave a like and a comment below. Also, don't forget to subscribe so that you can see more of my future content, including next week. I should have a video for you about that set of baking shenanigans I started a couple weeks ago. For the record, I am doing much better than I was last week. The migraine is almost all the way out, and I'm excited to spend the next week taking full advantage of that, while recognizing that I still need to be careful because this state of being in less pain is temporary. So thanks again for watching. I will see you next time. Have a wonderful day, and ahui ho!